Welcome back to the program, Tasya Teles.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's going great. It's going really, really good. How are you
That's
guys?
Doing all right, doing all right.
Doing good.
Doing
So
all
it's a little
right?
hot here right now, surprisingly. As I was saying
It's-
Yeah.
off air,
What's
it's
hot?
unseasonably hot. Well, like for this time of year, it's
Right.
unseasonably hot. So
In the Canadian climate of Ontario
that's
and
right.
Toronto. So is it 15, 20 degrees?
It is 20 degrees, yeah. Which usually around this
That-
time of year, it's like 10, maybe less. So
Yeah.
It's toasty.
Nice.
I went downstairs. The thermostat said 23.5, and I was just like, "This is no good."
no good at all.
Mm-mm.
But you know what is good? Season 2 of Shoresy. It's
Yeah.
now available everywhere. Crave, Hulu. And this season, I like how, we do a jump in time. The Bulldogs have been established. Now they got new problems. And of course, Nat, she's got problems of her own. She's trying to raise money to host the seniors playoffs tournament, the national
The
seniors
national
tournament.
senior. Yeah.
And
Nailed it.
At the same time, she finally found a slut she wants to fuck.
I mean, who knew that they were going to introduce that into the show so early? I'm so proud of her. She zeroed in on him and she just went for it, and she nailed it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I remember as I was watching the scene, like you playing weak in the knees, which was great, but also very odd for Nat. It's not something that she's so strong, and like to see her kind of, showing a softer side.
That was one of the funnier moments that I had a good time kind of thinking about. I'm like, okay, like how does weak in the knees, you say? I'm like, what is that? What does that look like for Nat? And, I was tried a bunch of funny things at home. And then we just, decided that this was just going to be like a moment where she was completely engrossed in Schnur. And, and yeah, she was just totally taken by him in that moment. And that was really funny. It was fun.
The way to her heart is talking about the plumbing in the building.
The plumbing. Who knew? A tradesman gets her every time.
There you go. But this year, of course, a lot of fun, a lot of great scenes back and forth. And I've heard you talk about, you talked about it with us before, but I've heard you go back to this, is that the show's dialogue is like a percussion, like a rhythm. And so now you guys have kind of really gotten into that rhythm. Are you now in a place where you guys can improvise off the cuff with that rhythm and you don't feel out of place?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I would say, I mean, I find myself echoing a lot of, the jokes and the one-liners on the show. I find that kind of weaving into my everyday talk, which is awesome. But I'm still absorbing it. And when I get to Sudbury, it definitely starts mixing into my system a lot more. On the West Coast, it's just, there's like a different way of talking out here, man. But I think that no, when you go back east, it lives, in the place that you're in Sudbury and in Ontario a little bit more. So it just starts kind of coming back to me.
Yeah, no, it's one of those shows that, as you like, I remember when I first started watching season 1, and I was like, I was really curious, how do you make a show about a guy we've never seen before, and how do you make that work? And one of the big ways to make it work was introducing characters like your character of Nat and some of the others, and really helping populate that so that it's not just Shoresy. It's this whole universe around the Bulldogs, which is really expanded. And one of the things I really love about the show is how, like, every character, all of you get moments to shine throughout the first and second season. That must be, really great as a performer coming in, like, especially, not every show does that for, you know, the entire cast.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's what makes the show so successful, because you do have an opportunity to have a variety of characters from a variety of backgrounds that connect with a variety of different people, and it makes the show interesting. And it, you know, it is what Canada is. That is a reflection of our country, which is fantastic. It's really authentic. A lot of the, you know, the stories of the hockey players are real stories. You know, Dolo is a rapper or a rap singer, as Nat would say. And, you know, across the board, you have a lot of, Jared uses a lot of the real stories of these people's lives and brings them in, which I find to be so great. But um, I mean, there's so many things I love about the show. I could literally just go off about so many different things. But yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I find interesting is that like Jared and Jacob's other show, Letterkenny, there's a lot of times where the characters are put in the exact same situation as before. There's a lot of scenes in season 2 that mirror season 1, but have a different variation. Something else is different is happening. And I think the one where it really stuck out, really added a new element, was this year when you guys were called before the league. Shoresy went with you. And so you guys are doing that scene, but this time with Jared in it. What was it like? Was it a lot more like, was there a lot more breaking up? Was there a lot more, you know, jokes happening? Or did you find that he really, as they say, set the tone, set the fucking tone?
I mean, Jared always sets the tone, but the problem with Jared and I is we both have a tendency to giggle. We both love a good giggle. And I just find him to be so hilarious. So I have a really hard time keeping composure when we're in the same space together, and especially when he's, you know, standing there embodied as Shoresy. It's just so funny. He does such an excellent job. But I think that we're going to see more of Nat and Shoresy and that bond continuing to strengthen, because, you know, season 1, they didn't really know, Nat didn't really know if she was going to be able to do this. And then season 2, they're doing it. And, you know, we'll see what the future holds. But I think that we're going to see a lot of Nat and Shoresy doing some cool stuff. Yeah. Jared always sets the tone, but the problem with Jared and I is we both have a tendency to giggle. We both love a good giggle. And I just find him to be so hilarious. So I have a really hard time keeping composure when we're in the same space together, and especially when he's, you know, standing there embodied as Shoresy. It's just so funny. He does such an excellent job. But I think that we're going to see more of Nat and Shoresy and that bond continuing to strengthen, because, you know, season 1, they didn't really know, Nat didn't really know if she was going to be able to do this. And then season 2, they're doing it. And, you know, we'll see what the future holds. But I think that we're going to see a lot of Nat and Shoresy doing some cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, especially since it has been just announced recently that you guys are doing a season 3. So you guys are going to be going back. Actually, very shortly, you guys are going to be heading back to Sudbury, correct?
Yeah, we'll be there in approximately 10 days.
I
will be anyways. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited. Everybody is really, really excited for this next season. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it still amazes me that you guys are filming the show in Sudbury at you know, it's appropriate for the season of hockey. I get that, but like it's gotta be like ball bustingly cold, like up there.
Extremely cold. Yes, it is. And don't do well with cold, my friends. I just don't. I'm like, you know, I just don't do well in the cold, but I'm starting to learn how to acclimate. I've been doing cold plunges actually here in Vancouver. I've been going every day. I'm on day 27 of a 30-day challenge to do a cold plunge every single morning. And I noticed that like this morning I went into the ocean. It was very cold today. And I was like, oh my God, why did I decide to do this? The beginning of the month was fine, but the end of the month and it's really cold now. But I stood there after, like, because it was a nice sunny crisp day, and I was like, I'm getting used to this. I think Sudbury is going to be a lot easier this year. I'm building my tolerance to cold back up. But the cast all know each other now too. the first season we shot it in the winter time, and we were all getting to know each other for the first time. And so it was hard to stand outside in the cold, and in between our scenes, like we all ran into our trailers and kind of like hid and warmed up between, setups. But then season 2, we filmed in the spring. So we got to kind of hang outside, enjoy each other's company a bit more. Now we're going back to the cold. But, yeah.
It's amazing watching you just now, on the video here. You have amazing muscle memory, because when you did that, I actually felt cold the way you were shivering there. I was like, oh, she's good. She's good. She's got the muscle memory down there. Oh my God.
Right.
But you're somebody that, likes to have, like a good body and mind, be at peace sort of thing. Like I know that earlier this month, you went to the Enfold Institute.
I did. Yeah.
Taking times there. Do you spend a lot of time at different places like that, making sure that your body's in the right spot, your mind's in the right spot?
Yeah, I think it's really important as actors to have a really solid relationship and as human beings for that matter, to your mental health, to your spiritual health, to your physical health. And, you can't be perfect. And at times it goes sideways and you're just, like, I'm going to sit at home and eat pizza all week. And that's okay too, in fact, but I quite enjoy that. But sometimes, you need to do a little bit of cleanup. And so I try to explore by doing these little retreat things and these little cold plunge challenges and stuff like that here and there to stay sharp and balanced.
But Green was happy to hear that it's okay to eat pizza.
The pizza's okay too.
I just had pizza last week for the first time in like probably about 4 or 5 months, and it was glorious. It was super glorious. Let me tell you, I was just like, I ate it, and I was like, and it was just commercial like fast food style pizza, but I was just like, this is the greatest pizza I have ever eaten. It's like
What's
you forget.
Your pizza?
I like what I put on it. Yeah. Okay. So I typically, when I get it from this place, I just do cheese, pepperoni, double bacon, and green pepper.
Classic. Nice setup. Yeah.
It's, I just kind of like, I like meat on my pizza, but like green pepper kind of freshens it up, makes it feel, nice, and just gives you a little something extra.
And who's mad at bacon?
No,
I don't.
No one's mad. You can't be mad at bacon.
No, there is a reason there's Big Bacon, and Big Bacon won, and I'm okay with that. They are my overlords, and I bow to them.
There are people out there people out there who can't eat bacon, but it's not because they hate it. It's just because they can't eat bacon.
And that's
Nobody
cool.
hates bacon. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to, ostracize anybody because of, a bacon situation. I'm just saying bacon is amazing.
Yes.
And I feel for everyone who cannot eat bacon.
Just be careful with what you're saying, Green. We don't want to have bacon gate, okay?
No, we don't. No, Buttergate was enough. We don't need bacon.
Buttergate was enough.
There was a Buttergate.
Yeah.
You guys were built against butter.
No, it was actually more of a situation that one of the hosts of Geek Hard about a decade ago had a butter problem. We had to put them in a spa with discipline to
a butter rehab.
Take care of the problem. Yeah, butter rehab. But he's okay now, right? Right, Green?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. Brutal. Yes. I've lost my train of thought there for a second.
Back to the topic at hand.
Yeah, butter and bacon. Like really, I think that's where it all begins.
We're good. I think we're good.
That's it.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah, the only thing missing was gravy, and that's but that's a whole other story. No, so with the whole mindfulness thing, and like as you said, you're taking care of yourself, your body, your mind, those things, which is all super important. Is that something that you focused in on your entire life, or is this something more recent that you're just kind of like, what, I think I really need to stay with this mindset?
I think I was trying to do it earlier in my 20s and, earlier in my 30s. I think we all in some way try to eat or be healthier than previous versions of ourselves. But I think what was happening was I was focusing a lot on like the physical, a lot on like working out and, pushing myself kind of athletically, which I grew up playing soccer competitively. So like that was, just what I was habituated to. And I never really spent time meditating or doing anything that was a little bit more chilled out. I was like, oh, I should really, try that meditation thing. And I just didn't ever do it. and then I started like just getting on top of it. I was like, okay, 5 minutes a day. I can sit still and meditate for 5 minutes a day. And then it grew and grew. And then I started noticing that I just started feeling better. I just was like, okay, wait, I don't have to push myself athletically so much. I can find these other things that are actually really helpful and making me feel a lot more balanced. And so now I would say I, have a pretty balanced approach, or I have a bunch of tools, I would say now that I use. And I've started figuring out, for the most part, when to use which tools. Like sometimes if I'm just too chill, if I'm just meditating for a little too long or for the week, or if I feel I need some energy, then like I'll go do boxing, or, I need to get that energy up and out. But it's been a process learning how to get there. Yeah.
I'm just imagining you now, like just you're so focused, you're so zenned out, and then you're just like, no, you know what? I need to punch something. Where is something to
I need
punch?
to punch something. Exactly.
Every now and then you just gotta punch something. That's just what it comes down to.
Exactly.
And you got to do it. And so you do it in a controlled environment and all is good. That's and
so
if more
far,
people
so
did
good.
that, if more people did that, we'd have a much safer world.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. Well, Tasya, it's been great talking with you about the show. I have one, I would like your opinion on this.
Mm.
Do you think a podcast / live radio show like a Geek Hard would benefit from the hosts getting a spray tan, getting greased up, taking their tarps off, and putting out a calendar?
I mean, did you see the success rate that we had with the Bulldogs? Can you imagine what you guys would do, the numbers you would pull in if you did the same thing? I'm in full support of this.
Right. And I think Green would give Frankie JJ a run for his money. Get a calendar all to himself.
Oh, there you go. Don't get a competition started there.
Grr.
Yeah, there you go. Return of the IMAX Cup. Oh,
right.
Oh my God. Yes. Well, Tasya, I want to thank you for coming back on the program. Of course, season 2 of Shoresy is available on Crave and Hulu. All episodes are available on both platforms. And season 3, you guys are going to be shooting again. What are you most excited about with Nat? Where do you think Nat's going to be going?
I think Nat is going to be going in a direction that we're going to see her get really, really, really fierce, really competitive, really protective. We're going to see a different version of Nat in season 3, which I'm really pumped about. So we can talk about that next time. But
fantastic.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tasya. I hope you have yourself a great night.
Thank you, guys. Great being here. Love being here. Look forward to talking to you guys again soon.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you.